Welcome back. We are on 59 Minutes. We are talking to AGATHA KARANI. She's the MD of Bookmark Africa. She also sits on the board of the Kenya Publishers Association. And we are speaking about the 23rd edition of the International Book Fair, which is happening at Sarit Center. Started on Wednesday. It's ending on Sunday. If you're in Nairobi, it's a very good place to go to. Books from everyone, basically everywhere. It's just like a supermarket of books. Every other line you get. Even so, they have puzzles.
Yes.
You know, they have things that can involve children's minds. They've got everything from the youngest learner to
Yes.
the adult.
Yes.
Yeah. Then there's some book launches as well.
Yes, there are book launches that will be going on today. We have, in fact, today we have Zipporah Kitoni.
Yes.
Yes,
She's signing.
Yes, she's signing. And then we have Oxford. I think they have a book launch as well.
Yeah.
And KLB will also be having a book launch today. Story Moja have several activities going on in Ikitabu. Yes, so as we speak, we have activities going on there. And the other publishers are also, of course, having their usual activities going on there, demonstrating some of their products there. For example, we have Pearson as well represented. Those ones specialize in exams at their stand. And just to mention but a few of those.
There's a joke that parents...
Yes. But most important,
Yes.
most important, we have government there. Government, the Ministry of Education. Of course, talking about the Ministry of Education, the most important arm of government, KICD, is at the book fair.
Yeah.
And KICD are there, and parents are encouraged, teachers, authors are encouraged to go and engage them and to ask whatever questions that they have, more especially on the CBC. And why CBC, and why am I talking about the government being there represented by KICD, is that the President, Dr. William Ruto, talked about the reforms in the CBC.
Yeah.
And we would like to encourage everybody who has any information to also come engage, then they'll know where.
Yeah, I saw the incoming
yes.
CS, the guy nominated.
Yes.
He tweeted and asked, you know, what are your thoughts?
Yes.
Do you have an idea? What's the crunch? You know, he was asking parents, just pour your hearts out.
Yes, yes, yes. So if there's anything they need to clarify, they can actually now engage. KICD will give them, they have a lot of information, okay, about what CBC is all about, so that you just don't pick comments from social media and start commenting. But when you understand, and if you understand the kind of pathways that they're talking about, then it would be good for us to prepare ourselves for the reforms committee. We as publishers have already started, we've worked out our document, and we are still using this as an opportunity to receive anybody who has comments, okay, about that, to come to us, give us, and we shall
compile.
Put them, compile, put them in our memorandum. But we as publishers already have a document. We had started working on it. Yes. And we also had a document that we had presented to government on instructional material, which is also already, and would like to engage that. We put those two together and work with all stakeholders that are concerned. For us, we have our teachers, our authors, and our learners. Okay, that is our focus. So, so we've taken care of most of that.
It's interesting that you should mention that. I spent some time there yesterday with KICD guys.
Yes, yes.
Just asking them, how do you approve things?
Yes, 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 yes. They'll demystify everything.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, and there's kind of standards that they have set out, and if you want to have your book approved, what do you need, and all that. Yes, and as Kenya Publishers Association, we work actually as private partners, okay, with government, and we'll tell you that as an association, we have always worked with the government to support education. So in terms of learning materials, We are up to it. We are ready for grade 7. All our material, all we need is to be told, now deliver. But we are ready. Yeah, all the materials are ready for the next level. So,
okay,
yes,
I hear you. So
yes.
this Jomo Kenyatta Wahome Mutai Prize for Literature,
Yes.
and you're giving the one for 2021. By the way, we should note that this is the first time this is being held in person since COVID.
Yes, the 23rd should have happened actually before COVID. But when COVID came in, we put these awards on hold. So these awards should actually have come.
Yes.
But because of the COVID rules and restrictions, we have pushed them. And so we are going to give these awards tomorrow. We'll know who the winners are.
That's why it's 2021.
Yes, that is why it is 2021 awards, much as we are in 2022, because the books had been submitted a year earlier for vetting. And so we will have the adult category where we have shortlisted 3 books. There's the adult English, there's adult Kiswahili, there's adult English, okay? Then we have the adult Kiswahili, we have Tubadilishe Jina by Leonard Sinja. Then we have Kwenzi Gizani by Kibaka Wamberia, Professor. Wema Waliobadilika has been shortlisted as Kiswahili. That is also authored by Alphonse Ndambuki, and of course the publisher is Oxford. Then we also have category of English adult. We have Leading Light by Kithusi Mulonza. Of One Planet, we have Wayward Vagabond by Kahende, that is of East African publishers. We have Havoc of Choice, that is submitted by Wanjiro Koinange of Bank Books. Bank Books, these are the people who've actually been renovating our libraries around. And that is in support with Sharjah. Sharjah is based in Dubai, UAE. Okay, and that is she has been the chair of the International Publishers Association. Okay, then we have the youth category. The youth category of Kiswahili, we have Mbona Hivi by Shulam Zioka, that's Oxford University Press. Makovu ya Uhai, that one is written by Shishia Wasilwa, published by Queenex Publishers. Tabu za Tabu, that is written by Matthias Momanyi of East African Publishers. And then in the youth category in English, we have A Journey to Becoming by Egara Kabaji, published by One Planet. Benji's Big Win by Ndoshowa Guki, that is East African Publishers. Let's talk about this. It's authored by Moragita, that is World Unknown Publishers. She writes a lot. Then we have in the children's category, we have Kiswahili, we have Tatizo la Mamba by Odhiambo Obura, JKF. Fumbo la Watamu by Ali Atas. Paka Wazena by na hadithi nyingine by Pauline Care. Pauline Care has written one of our set books. And then we have the children's English category, that is The Secret Wish by Jenny Marima of Stemark Publishers. Chadi's Trip by Sarah Halua, that is published by Story Moja, and The Yao Stories by Seth Mboya, also published by Story Moja. And then the Wahome Mutai Prize for Literature. Very interesting. We have Fool's Express by Charles Okoth of Queenex Publishers. And then we have Hustler's Chain by Samuel Washira of One Planet. Samuel Washira is a very interesting author. He's a priest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's written several books. Wow. And, you know, interesting that the title speaks about a bit of, yes, but that's for people to read and find out what there is, yes. Yeah. So those are the books, the titles that have been shortlisted for the Jomo Kenyatta Prize and Wahome Mutai Prize. That will be announced tomorrow evening, and that's when we'll be having the official closing ceremony. However, it doesn't mean that the book fair ends. The book fair ends closes on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yes, so it is just tomorrow is just like the...
Yeah. Let me ask, for people who are budding authors, there are those guys who, a lot of people I have met say, I want to write a book, but they haven't quite gotten around to doing it.
Yes.
And some of them even have a manuscript already. Some guys have typed a few things. They have their thoughts in what they want to write.
Yes.
How would this book fair be advantageous to them?
The book fair gives them an advantage in that tomorrow we have a workshop on how to write and how to edit. So this is being actually chaired and carried out by one of the best, I will call them, authors, and one of the best scholars in terms of writing books is Dr. Odhiambo from the University of Nairobi. And what I'd encourage, like the new and budding authors, I'd encourage them to attend that workshop, okay? Because the facilitator will try and demystify many of the concerns that they may have about writing. It's also the book fair also offers an opportunity for the new authors to come in, okay? And even that, they should not be scared of publishing, because there's also self-publishing. So it doesn't mean that if you can't get a publisher, you cannot self-publish, okay? Today, the Copyright Board also have a workshop where they also guide those who are writing, especially maybe the course books and all that. So I would say that the book fair actually is the best opportunity for them. I encourage them to visit, come, learn, interact with the publishers, let them guide you on which books to publish, because much as publishers, yes, do that and you want to write, sometimes there's the commercial side of publishing that people forget. So even as we publish, yes, we are doing it for leisure, but remember there's the economic factor of it, okay? So I want to publish my book, yes, to pass knowledge. I want to publish that book also to express myself as leisure, but I also want to make my ends meet. I must put bread on my table. Yes. So yeah, so even as you think about publishing a book, because some people, authors come and they say, I want to write this, I want to do this. But yes, if you're doing it just for yourself, just for leisure, even blogging is publishing. So you could publish, you could write your book, but you don't have to print it, okay? So go ahead, write, go ahead and publish, okay? When you're ready, print it, okay? But nobody should be discouraged from writing or publishing, okay? Nobody should be put off that, oh, I can't write because I can't publish it. But remember, even when you publish, you still want to make money. So if it is commercially viable, then we go ahead, we advise, okay? That yes, we can publish, we can print, but who's your target? That's what people also forget, that as you write, there's also an audience you're looking at. Yeah.
So tell me, so do you have other events that happen during the year that involve publishers and authors? And
yes, we do.
Other than this one? Yes,
we do. We had a regional publishing workshop or book fair in Nakuru, very well attended. Nakuru is very rich.
They're serious.
We had a very good reception. Many schools came, the booksellers came there, and we engaged a lot. So normally when we have these functions also, we get like a forum where we engage other stakeholders within that. So we have the regional ones, that one always precedes the Nairobi International Book Fair. And then we also have training workshops where we get marketers in training. So we train the publishers, marketers, how to market your books, okay? We also have training workshops, and I will tell you that much as government is there, KICD trains publishers when it comes to writing the course materials that go to schools, okay? So the schools, some people have said, oh, publishers are doing this, publishers are doing this. No. The material that we produced is guided. So KICD will give you a curriculum design. And then they train you that this is what needs to be done. And so what we do as publishers then, each publishing house is what it does is then you get your crop of authors, okay? So publishers actually support this. And I will tell you that in essence, actually, publishers like fund the training of these authors, all funded by the publishers. So the KICD will give us the workshop, but we fund the training of the authors. Yes.
So you do it yourself. So there are definitely other things people could, how do people get to know about this, you know, upcoming events? For example, there are guys who are hearing probably about the book fair for the very first time. And then they say, next time, sasa nitajua aje. Do I need, is there a website I can go to? Is there,
yes, we have the Kenya Publishers Association website, yes. And we have, of course, their Facebook. So then the publishers actually go out using their marketing teams. Because remember, we also want to sell, and we are looking at making ourselves actually, like, this is like a major marketing forum for us, because we want to make ourselves next year. And actually at this particular book fair, what happens is most publishers give the greatest discount. So for any bookseller, any parent would want books, say for next year, or any school, this is the forum where you come and do your orders, okay? Then come January, then you're getting your books at a discount. The discounts offered during the book fair, once they're written down, they stay. And so they'll get the discounts when they're buying their books come the next academic year. So we tend to have the book fair towards the end of the year, okay? So that we actually provide an opportunity for schools and booksellers to come and sample the materials that we have in preparation for that. We even have booksellers who come from Uganda, as far as Uganda. And I'll tell you, regionally and in Africa, the Nairobi International Book Fair is the biggest after Cairo, okay? So we are the same booksellers, or same publishers, sorry, who are actually like controlling the markets in East Africa. So you go to Uganda, you go to Rwanda, you go to Sudan, the Kenya Publishers Association, the bulk of these publishers are the ones supplying the material for those countries. So regionally we are strong.
Wow.
Yes, and we also belong to the International Publishers Association. The council members, some of our council members actually sit on the International Publishers Association, and one of our trustee council members, our former chair, actually just yesterday was retained in the council of the International Publishers Association. Yes.
Well, that's why it's a big deal.
Yes.
Truly. Now, for yourselves at Bookmark Africa, because of your emphasis on young learners and and preschool materials, and learning materials.
Yes.
But what do you say to parents who may think the learners, there's a tendency to, and there are even jokes about it, that the learners are overburdened by the new curriculum? What would be your thoughts?
Any parent saying that the learners are overburdened is running away. Because try ignorance. Education is very expensive. Education is the backbone. It's not even the backbone, it's the oxygen. Let them treat it now as the oxygen, not backbone. Because you'll break your back, yes, you'll be able to. You'll still breathe.
Yeah.
But when you can't breathe, what happens?
You die.
Yes, you die. So if they think that the learners are burdened, they are just running away from responsibility. Because when the children are idle, then what happens? And a lot of the things that we are talking about, say, the society, the challenges that we face, is just because something has gone wrong, maybe in our education, okay? So if you think it is expensive and it is too much to give attention to your child, some of those people screaming is because they lacked the attention that they needed. And if they got the right education, because the current system as it is, it's not overburdening, it is teaching the learner skills. And unfortunately, the bulk of the parents we have right now whose children are going through CBC, the bulk of them went through the 844, which was very knowledge-based. You only needed you're told this is what you do. We are so used to a society where you follow the norm. Do as you are told. Don't question, don't challenge. Okay? The current learner is being prepared to think. It's being taught critical thinking. They question. They learn. We are teaching them to do things on their own. Okay? And they don't, when we talk about skill, is doing things practically, okay, and doing it on your own. Now, there's been a lot of emphasis of, or is it, shall I say, competition, okay, whereby when your child is given an assignment, you want to supervise, you want to helicopter the child, do this, do this. If a child, for example, is sent home to cut and join carton boxes and make a little house or make a little boat, guide them as a parent. Just be there and provide. But the thing is, we want a perfect cut. And so you're so scared that my child is going to do this. So kids have been used to things being done for them. Some of these are generation of that, you know, the parents are the generation that things were done for them. And so they think, if I have to do this, you get a house help, and most of the children probably were put in school. These are the parents. It's that generation of parents who went to
this is how it was done.
The academy.
Yes.
Child, you go to school, your clothes are washed, you come out and you pick them, you dress. We have people who don't know how to stitch even a hem. People who cannot wash. Some of these people are in their 20s, 30s. People who cannot make a meal. Because either at home, I have a house help for
people who can't even make a bed.
The bed is made, children, the underwear is washed for these children. But now, these children, as early as grade 4, are being taught how to wash a toilet. How do you clean a toilet? For example, even the toilet at home in the rural areas, you're teaching about life skills. And so because you don't have time, but the child has been taught in school. So when they come, for example, at home, they're just being asked to go and do it. And let the parents check that it's been done, okay? Or if I have to make this. So the child, when they come at home, they're just telling you what they learned. And you being engaged is, you're like, at least you have an idea what the child learned, okay? Yeah, so it's not too much. And the problem is the parent is taking it upon themselves to do the assignment, to do everything for the child. Provide, let the child do, just supervise.
Just guide.
Yes.
We're out of time. What can you tell people? What would you like your parting shot to be as we end this program?
My parting shot is that I will speak for Bookmark, yes. As I talk to you about Bookmark Africa, I want to tell you that our material are very high quality and we offer the best and we look at value. More so, do not fear investing in your child. Come look at our products, sample us, and we'll give you value for your money all the time. And even on behalf of the other publishers and the Kenya Publishers Association, and all the booksellers at the book fair, come visit us tomorrow, visit us today. Let us engage, let us empower our children, let us support them because the future belongs to them. And even as we go into the new era, in this new era, what you're talking about is we're looking at a new era in terms of post-COVID era. We are looking at the new era, the digital era. We're also looking at a new political era, and let us support all our children in this new era because the future belongs to them. The future belongs to the creative. The future belongs in us developing our skills. Keep it up. Keep coming. Do not give up. Keep supporting our children.
Thank you.
And keep reading.
Thank you. Keep reading.
Yes, keep reading.
Yeah. AGATHA KARANI, she is MD at Bookmark Africa. also sits on the board of Kenya Publishers Association, and you can go to Westlands Sarit Center today, tomorrow, and Sunday up to 6 p.m. All those days. All the publishers will be there. You'll be able to interact.
After church.
Yes, after church.
Get a book. Get yourself
get
a book.
Huh?
Yes, get a book.
Yeah,
yes.
Interact with authors, interact with publishers, you know, find new learning material, storybooks, you know, or just come and walk around. You know, even people don't realize, even just being in a bookshop is very therapeutic.
Yes. And our tagline, our motto is to put a book in every hand in Kenya and the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amen to that.
Yes.
Thank you so much. That's our time. Stay tuned for Leah coming up with Ilosu, and have a lovely day.